You know, sometimes life throws you into a storm you didn't see coming. And it all started for me on a packed Delta flight from Charlotte to Philly, just a regular Tuesday. Me and my kid, Jaden, headed to a specialist for his epilepsy. Jaden's 6, all big eyes and endless energy despite the meds that make him shaky. And we're in coach, squeezed into row 15, him fidgeting with his Spider-Man backpack, me trying to keep him calm with a whispered, "Buddy, just breathe, okay?" Then this guy in front of us, some hotshot in a suit worth more than my car, starts huffing every time Jaden's foot nudges his seat. I'm Lena Carter, a part-time nurse, single mom, always hustling, and I'm thinking, here we go, another jerk who can't handle kids. But what happened next? It wasn't just a bad flight, it was the start of a war. This guy, Richard Langston, mid-50s, slicked back hair, Rolex gleaming, turns around after Jaden drops a crayon under his seat, and he snaps, "Can't you control your damn kid?" His voice cuts through the cabin like a knife, and I feel every eye on us. I'm calm. I'm a nurse. I deal with worse. So I say, "Sir, he's got a condition. We're doing our best." But Langston's face twists, and he mutters, loud enough for everyone to hear, "Figures, people like you always have excuses." The racism isn't subtle, and it stings, but I bite my tongue for Jaden's sake. Then Jaden, sweet clumsy Jaden, reaches for his crayon again, bumps the seat, and Langston spins around, hand raised, and smacks him hard right across the face. The crack echoes, Jaden's cheek blooms red, and my heart stops. "Keep your filthy hands off my seat," Langston snarls, and I'm frozen, my kid crying, blood trickling from where his ring cut skin. Nobody moves except for one guy. Darius Jones, row 14, stands up, all 6 feet 2 inches of him, a Marine vet with a prosthetic arm that catches the light. "Sir," he says, voice low, deadly. "You just fucked up in front of a plane full of witnesses." Langston scoffs. "Mind your business, hero," but Darius steps closer. "I've seen worse men than you cry for mercy. You don't touch a kid." The whole plane's holding its breath, and I'm clutching Jaden, whispering, "You're okay, baby," while my blood's boiling. The flight attendant, Sarah, tries to de-escalate, but Langston's already on his phone, pulling strings, because guys like him, they don't just act entitled, they own the game. By the time we land in Philly, Langston spun the story. His media connections turns out he owns half the local news, paint Jaden as a disruptive child, and me as a neglectful mom. My phone's blowing up with hate, people calling me a welfare queen. Worse, the hospital we flew for, they canceled Jaden's appointment, citing security concerns, and I find out Langston's a donor, his name plastered on their donor wall. Then Child Services shows up, saying Jaden's unsafe with me, and they take Himmy baby into state custody. I'm screaming inside, but I can't break, not when Jaden needs me. That's when Darius steps in again, says, "Lena, I've got your back." This ain't right. He's got this quiet strength, like he's seen hell and come out swinging, and I'm clinging to that. We fight back, and it's messy. Darius calls in his vet buddies, who dig up dirt on Langston. Turns out, he's got a history of bullying anyone who crosses him, all buried with NDAs and payoffs. My lawyer, Keisha Monroe, a pit bull in heels, takes my case for free, saying, "This man's a predator, and I'm not letting him win." Sarah, the flight attendant, risks everything to leak a cockpit recording Langston's voice, clear as day, spewing hate. The slap, Jaden sobs. But Langston's got judges in his pocket, and the recording disappears. I'm losing hope, especially when Jaden has a seizure in state care, wrong meds, wrong dose, and they won't let me see him. I'm at his bedside in the ICU, holding his tiny hand, thinking, I can't lose you. And I almost signed Langston's deal to make it stop money for silence, my voice gone forever. Then, out of nowhere, Langston's ex, Claudia, shows up. She's this elegant woman, all poise, but her eyes are fire. She hands Keisha a drive with proof mails, financials, proof Langston's been rigging systems for years, from hospitals to courts. "I stayed quiet too long," she says. "Not anymore." That drive changes everything. Keisha leaks the audio to a newsroom right when Langston's on live TV, spinning his victim story. The anchor plays it, and you can hear the slap, the hate, his threats. Langston unravels, storms off, still mic'd, yelling, "Find that bitch who leaked this." It's viral in minutes, his empire crumbling as allies ditch him. Keisha gets a new judge, one not on Langston's payroll, and she orders Jaden released to me, his care secured by a $10 million settlement. Langston's arrested at a private airfield, trying to flee, cuffs glinting as cameras flash. A year later, Jaden's back in school, his seizures under control, leading a kids group we started, No Limits, teaching them to stand tall. I'm a patient advocate now, helping families like us. Darius is family, sticking around, his arm covered in Jaden's superhero stickers. We won, but it's bittersweet. Systems like these don't change overnight, and Langston still got money, still got pull. I wonder, could he come back? Could another kid face this? That's why I'm telling you this, sitting here, heart still raw. If you've seen someone like Langston throw their weight around, or if you've stood up and felt the world push back, drop a comment, tell me, what would you have done on that plane? Hit that like button if this hits home, share it with someone who needs to know. When we fight together, even the biggest giants fall. Subscribe, because this story, it's not just ours, it's everyone's.